Hello, and welcome to 7312 Ravinia, here in Pasadena Hills. This house was built in 1937, although in the newspaper I saw it advertised as early as 1936. So it has quite a few interesting bits and pieces to it. Definitely in the Storybook Tudor Beethoven style. And this one has a castle tower. Well, a tower anyway. So, looking around, it's a brick house with a slate roof, multiple colors of slate, and you can even see that the same slate goes all the way around this turret above. A stucco slash what would have been wattle and daub effect around the dormer and the tower. And then coming down, looking at the brickwork, we have a very interesting brick pattern. The bricks all have a certain level of depth to them. Some of them look to be kind of squishy and stick out, and others are flat and straight, giving it a little bit more of a rustic look. Again, we have the stone edges, as was popular. A little at the very top here, along the eave, you can see some interesting carving, as well as some bracketry for that upstairs window. We come through a carriageway to the rear of the house here, and we can get a better look at some of these rustic style bricks that were used at the time. All the different colors and textures. Down here we have the original coal chute. Two-car brick garage with slate roof. And then looking at the rear of the house, it's obviously a little bit more basic because the rear is never designed to be styled from the street. But up on the roof itself, as we zoom in, you can see these little pins that are up there, which are to prevent ice sheets from coming down the slate and landing on people's heads. There's a better name for them, but it escapes my mind as I'm doing this. We do have this addition here, and I'll show you when we get into the house that this is a little bit interesting. Because you can see, although it has a more modern bay window, it is on an original foundation. So without further ado, let's come inside this house and see what it looks like as we go through the front door. Walking back through the archway, and as we come up to the front door, you see there's little stained glass windows on either side. And there's the mail slot. Again, we have a wonderful original storm door and an exceptionally heavy 2-inch solid wood front door with leaded glass. As I mentioned, that area, that mail slot and little window, we have the coat closet with the window and the place to retrieve your mail. All of the interior doors in this house are this beautiful woodwork. They're really quite heavy and feel nicely made, which was not standard for this era. 8-panel doors, solid wood. Have a powder room here. The original little sink, toilet. And then that takes us out of the entryway and into the main hall of the house. You can see there's a doorbell here. And I'll look backwards to the entryway. All of these arches are just beautiful. And we are now in the living room. Just let the camera adjust a little bit here. Nice stone fireplace. None of the wood has been painted, which is brilliant. Well, almost none, aside from these little bookcases on the side. I always say that, and then I see the piece that wasn't. Ceiling rosette there. So this is that part that is that addition that was built later. As you look here, you see this is a thick wall where the original wall was. My thinking is this was the original sunroom or screen porch from before air conditioning, because it does have its own really antique-looking heater there, which was probably put in when it had the glass door that divided it off from the living room. Dining room here, which is accessed through the archway. These floors are also absolutely beautiful. And an updated kitchen with a good amount of cabinet space, or counter space, I mean. And cabinetry below. These houses did not come with that much counter space when they were built. Marble tile on the backsplash. Obviously we have the refrigerator over the side. And it is open now. I don't think that would have been standard when this house was built. So in addition to the formal dining room, here we have a breakfast room. For a round table and little benches. And then these French doors are absolutely awesome. You can see the original stained or leaded glass in them. I'm going to do this a little bit differently. And because if you've just had family or friends over, then people would adjourn after dinner. And they'd adjourn to the game room, which would be down here. All of these houses, I believe almost all of them in Pasadena Hills, have this downstairs fireplace, which probably was never used. But this would have been the pool room or game room. And these always kept the original stone walls, but the fireplaces were installed from when the homes were built. And they also have a little powder room that was built into these. Much more utilitarian. But with this mirror definitely owning its utilitarianness. Another little room around here. And then the laundry, the walkout, utility area. And here's a laundry chute. Now that we've covered the basement, let's go back up because I want to show you the upstairs. This is where things get a little bit more fun. Nice glass shelf through there too, which adds storage and still allows light to come through. You see these stairs are still their original unpainted. And original iron railings as well. Have 3 bedrooms up here. All pretty good sized. This one's the smallest. Then we have bedroom number 2. This one's a good size. Facing the front. And one thing that's nice is the combination of shade and eastern exposure really does keep the sun out during the afternoons. And then we have the primary bedroom here, which has windows on 3 sides. double closets, and a little window facing front. And then we have the bathroom. So we are back up in the turret here. These are the two windows facing up. It's a little hard to film in here because it's an octagon. Bathtub through the side. And then I'll kind of get an angle from here. Stepping out into the hallway, you can really get, so this is a Jack and Jill bathroom where we have one door from the primary bedroom and the other from the hallway. So we're just about to conclude our tour here, and I will take us back down into the foyer. Hope you've enjoyed this, and please like and subscribe, and let me know if there's any other types of homes you'd like to see. Thank you.